Hello everyone, and welcome back to another week of children's literature. Luckily for you, you won't be seeing too much of me because I found some more really great videos for you. But I wanted to show you some really cool updates that I've made to try to make things easier for you and to make things more clear. So what I'm hoping to do is to show you some little tips and tricks that are going to help you navigate some of the changes I've made. For most of you, you probably should be absolutely fine, but for some of you, you might find it easier. So I'm hoping this helps. For those of you that noticed a change in audio quality, it's actually because I've gone and decided to re-record this. I didn't think my first go through was actually very good. So here we go again, and hoping it comes out better this time. So if you are in this week's class, which is the 6th, Monday for 6, the video will be up here in the video section. You will see the different discussions you can take part in. And in the old way, you would go into one of the folders and watch the videos. Let's say you watch 1, 2, 3 video, then you'd go back and then you go down to discussions. You can still do it the old-fashioned way if you'd like to, but I've made it a little bit easier. Once you have watched the videos, let's say you watched Christopher Paul Curtis and then you watched Jeff Kinney and then finished up that video, then you decide I want to go to discussion. Well, instead of going back, you can just go to the bottom and click here now. I made it just a little easier to get access to the discussion, just a little easier to navigate. The actual structure and the way we're doing things isn't that much different. It's just making it a little bit more user-friendly for you. And in the discussions, I'm going to start labeling them so you can see it says, what is this? Okay, you can see that it says discussion 1, discussion 2, discussion 3 with the due dates. I'm going to settle on this format. I know you can look at week 1, it looks a little nutty, then I went a little bit back on week 2. I think this is what we're going to stick with to try to make it look kind of nice. What I'd like to do now is show you a couple additions that I've made to the class. So this is pretty much the same with the exception of the addition of the easy link. These are the same if you want to upload assignments and things like that. This is the same to let you know what you're going to be reading for the next week. But I've added a little thing down here based on a suggestion from one of your journals. So one of you mentioned the challenge for switching to online is trying to keep track of due dates and trying to maintain to-do lists. So I've actually created this to-do list down there for you, for those of you that would benefit from it. And the idea is to give you the opportunity to copy and paste this and print it, or you can put it in a Word document and just put little X's if you want to. Put yourself an X for this one when you're done to say that you did it, to keep track of where you're at. So the fun thing is after you do the 3 checkboxes for these discussions, you can also checkbox this discussion here the way that I've got it. But I'm hoping this helps you a little bit. It'll help keep you on track and it'll let you know if you've finished everything for the week. So if you find that helpful, please let me know. If you hate it, let me know too. I love the feedback. The next little change that you're going to find in the website has to do with this little tutorials and class archive section. So this start here is going to disappear because you have started, so you no longer need to start in this place. But I do want to keep some of the stuff that was in here, so I'm going to be putting that in the tutorials and class archive section. I've already got that set up and ready to go for when the other class goes away late this evening, early tomorrow morning. The helpful tutorial videos are still here. The welcome is still here. And then any assignments that have been archived because they're past due are now going to be down here. I'm keeping it consistent with the class that anything that is a week late can still be submitted for a reduced grade. But the exception is it's really good for you is that you've got an extra 6 days or almost a full week to hand things in because of the way the online class is designed. Because since 2 classes will always be active, you actually have an extra 6 days to get something in beyond that 1 week, which is really good for you. So, I don't encourage it because you still lose points if you hand something in late, but it is really helpful for you. So you can, if you'd like to, wait. A few of these changes have been influenced by the idea that I really would like when you are in your view mode and you're seeing the course that this doesn't start to get too busy over here. I really want you to have 2 classes active at any time, and you'll have the tutorials link that will be there and helpful for you if you want to look back at some old materials. But I'm just trying to keep it simple because this is already complicated enough moving to online. So I'm not really sure if you're having some of the same difficulties I'm having, but the switch to online has been kind of tough and I'm still learning how to do things. For example, I found out that I can actually go and grade the forums, so you'll start getting grades for your forums instead of me having to do it behind the scenes and you not seeing what's going on. You'll be very clear what your grades are. The thing I still need to figure out between now and the next few weeks, hopefully, is how I'm going to get your grades from the first few weeks of the class on here so you can actually track how you're doing on a week-by-week basis. It's going to be really advantageous for you to try to stick with the weekly discussions and deadlines to get full credit for things, because it's going to really help you do well in this class as we move towards May and the finish line. So one more thing would be really helpful for me if you could continue to give feedback in those journals. I'd really appreciate it. I spent probably about 5 hours yesterday watching videos, various author interviews and things, just to try to find the 3 you ended up with. So I hope you're liking those, because I'm trying to find the ones that aren't so terrible, because trust me, there's some extremely terrible ones out there and we're trying to sleuth through them. In future weeks, actually, I want just to let you know it's coming. I'm going to be taking a couple suggestions for books and things that you've given me, and if I can find read alouds for them online, I'll include them, and if I can't, I'll do them myself. So one of you suggested a book. You'll see that coming in a week or two, so I hope you get excited about that. So anyways, I hope this video finds you well. I hope that you are healthy and things are going well for you and your family, and that you guys are staying safe out there. If you have questions or comments or concerns, please be sure to email me. Let me know what's going on, and just get in touch, stay in touch. I do just want to say you guys have been doing a fantastic job in the discussions so far. Those of you that are participating, it's been really good, so I've been enjoying it. This is still a learning experience for me, but I think as of this week, we will finally have a somewhat consistent format from now until the end, and if I do have any other changes, I'll make sure I make note of it in the weekly update section, which I hope to do at the top each week for you guys. So again, thank you for the work you guys have been putting into the course. It's been really great so far. I've been enjoying reading all the stuff you've been giving me. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I look forward to catching back up with you again next week.